So hello everyone, we are coming to 25 years of this wonderful book that Dr. Rajan Sankaran sir has written on Materia Medica. I think this book is one of the revolutionary books in homeopathy and in the evolution of our science. Because in this book, there is a very fresh and very rejuvenating viewpoint that you will learn about remedies. Yes. So, in this book, there are common remedies which we use in our daily practice, but very different viewpoints on these remedies, and more importantly, it has a very deeper mental understanding of these remedies. Before uh, Dr. Sankaran started doing all this, maybe little bit was started with by Professor 𝐓𝐡𝐞 𝐒𝐳, but for me, or at least in India, I think a big revolution started after we started reading this book, because there was a lot of very deep understanding of remedies. So I will give some examples of these, what I learned from reading this book. So, for example, once I saw a patient who basically was in depression because he had lost money in his business. And why he had lost this money, or why he was in this debt, is because at one stage the business was doing well, but wherever he had a social gathering with his family, he used to feel very, very uh, not rich, because he felt the other members in the family were very well to do. If there was a party, then in that party, at least one relative, every relative during a party will say, "Acha, I'm doing very well. This time I purchased this car. I purchased a Mercedes." Then next party, someone will say, "See, I purchased a Rolex." Uh, so like that, everybody used to say something. So he started feeling, I am not saying anything. I am just going to this social gathering, and I am not able to say anything. So he felt that he had to say something, but he saw that he didn't have that kind of resources. So he thought that, forget about the resources. What I have to do is, first I have to show them that I am also doing as well as you are doing, and I am also as rich as you. So in spite of not having money, I would go and book a car, make some down payment, and then tell them, see, I also booked a Mercedes. I also have a Mercedes. But then as I couldn't pay the EMI, I had to get money from somewhere else. So what I started doing is, I started taking money out of the production of the company. So there was no sort of money left to produce the product. So the company went into losses. You can't produce a product. Finished. I went into losses. So here, what we see is that this patient received the remedy Viratrum album. Why? Because the main purpose for which he was doing all this, even in spite of not having money, he was spending money. Why was he doing it? Only to maintain a social status. He felt, if I maintain this social status like a rich man, then that is enough. And he could not see the other aspects of life, that you need to run company, etc. He couldn't see the practical life. For him, this social position was so important that he could not see any other aspect. So this need for social position is the most important thing that is seen in Viratram. I think this was first time given to us by Dr. Rajan Sankaran in this book. That is the soul of remedies. So, this is what you will get, the real crux of the story. Why a remedy, or why a person who needs this remedy behaves like this. So see, Viratram album, other rubrics are also there in this case, like squanders money, like telling lies, fake. Hmm? Uh, these are all bragad, boaster. These are all also rubrics that we can see in this patient's behavior. But why this behavior? That we never understood. That you will get from this book. Because there are other remedies also in this book. Other remedies also in this same in this same rubric. How to differentiate them? We will be able to differentiate them if we know why. Why is the patient behaving like this? So one more example that comes to my mind is, another case I remember is of a man who was having a acute fever. He was having fever. He used to have this recurrent fever. Every day he was having fever at 10:30, 11 p.m. at night, with severe chills followed by fever and profuse sweating. So every day he used to have this fever. For the last 3 4 days he was having it, and then he sort of contacted me that the fever is not reducing in spite of taking antibiotics, etc. So firstly, from the type of the fever, that is chill, fever, and then sweating, and the periodicity of the fever, we already know this looks like a malaria-like fever. No? But for malaria, there are many remedies. Intermittent fever, if you see in the repertory, there are many remedies. So I asked the patient, what is happening? What is your mental state? What is bothering you the most? So he said, what is bothering me the most is, I don't have taste on my tongue. I said, what is the problem? So he said, I can't taste anything. I feel like I want to have something, stimulating. I want to have some biryani, or I want to have something very spicy, so that my taste buds get stimulated. I said, talk more about this stimulation. So he said, no, I feel that, life is very boring. I want to enjoy life. Yeah, I am, his wife was actually having cancer. So so he was, stuck in the hospital every day, taking her to hospital, going, coming back, taking care of her. He was not doing anything else. So he was stuck in that cycle for the last 2 3 months. So since the last 2 3 months, same thing every day, day after day. So I'm feeling it's become so boring that, I want to now enjoy, you know, enough of all this. So I said, what do you mean by enjoy? No, enjoy means, I want to um, um, firstly earn a lot of money, and then, I will go for all these trips, to international trips, and then I will enjoy there. I will do this, I'll do that, etc. And then, what I will do, I will build up one big house, and have what lavish rooms, and I will have four Mercedes car, one two behind me, two in front of me, and in middle I will be in one car. So I want to enjoy life like that, very rich, like this. So what do you do? I'm actually not doing well. I am in losses. I have not been earning anything in the last 2 3 years. Okay, so in this case, again, what is important is this desire for stimulation, in the mind as well as in the body. Even in the fever, what is very important for him is that everything is tasting very bland. I want something exciting, stimulating. Similarly, in the mind, what he wants is stimulation, excitement, enjoyment. I want to enjoy. I want life to be exciting. I want life to be very good. Hmm? So this excitement and boring, this is a theme that you will see in families like Rubiaceae, Piperaceae, etc. And this patient specifically got the remedy China, which belongs to Rubiaceae family, where the person has this desire for stimulant. And the other more important rubric in this remedy is building castles in air. So at present, you're in complete losses. You don't have money. You don't have anything. But your dream is like, I will have 5, 6 Mercedes cars. I will do this. I will do that. I will do international trips, etc. Today, my situation is I can't even pay the home rent. And I'm thinking I will do this. I will do that. I will enjoy life. This kind of stimulation of the mind, and not thinking about the actual reality of where you are in the mind, and wanting to live in that dreamy world, and thinking you will do or you will achieve great success and you will achieve great money, huge money. And how you will achieve? Just by doing one. He used to say, I will do one deal, and then I will earn this much money and I will become very, very rich. So this building castles in air with stimulation, this is what is China. Okay. And this I learned again from this book. Why? Now, another very important aspect of this book is, this is where Dr. Sankaran started to actually introduce the idea of kingdoms, sub-kingdoms, families, etc. And there you understand that China belongs to Rubiaceae family, so it has this need for stimulation and excitement. And then along with that, you see the physical symptoms of periodic fever, malaria fever. We all know China is for malaria-like fever, right? With desire for stimulating things, fruits. This is also important desire or aversion of China, correct? So this is how you will learn from this book. This is how I learned from this book. And it makes Materia Medica very exciting, interesting. This, before this, no, symptoms were just scattered. You know, China has building castles in air. Now, how do I understand this building castles in air? Well, maybe patient is building something in his mind. Hmm? So we never understood it. So with this book, we started understanding building castles in air is building some dreamy world in your mind, which has no foundation, which has no foundational reality. There is no reality to what you're dreaming. There is very little possibility that something like this can happen now. But you are in your imagining building all these palaces and what Mercedes cars and 4 and 5 and lavish and all that, you are building up all in your brain. In reality, nothing is happening. This is what, this is how we started understanding rubrics, their inner meaning, and the real core of remedies. And the introduction of plant, mineral, animal, all this started happening from here. That is why I feel it's a very, 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 very good book for making Materia Medica very exciting, interesting. Huh? So like this we should learn. Huh? And there are some unknown remedies also. Like I gave 2 remedies which we know very well, but we don't know this aspect of these remedies. No, very few of us knew building castles in air, stimulation, boring, etc. about China. For us, it was only about gases, flatulence, intermittent fever, malaria fever. This is all we usually learn in our college days. But this excitement, stimulation aspect, that you will get from this book. Similarly for Viratrum, this is also very known remedies, but there are some unknown remedies also. For example, there is one remedy that is given in this book, that is anhelonium. Now, what is anhelonium? Anhelonium is a rare remedy. It belongs to the Cactaceae family. The main sensation of Cactaceae family is contraction and expansion. Contraction and expansion. And what is seen in this remedy is that patient says, actually saw one case, that patient had cold coryza, and he said, I have lot of sneezing, and when I sneeze so much that I lose what sometimes I lose consciousness. I become very numb. I said, this is very strange. Nobody told me that losing consciousness because of sneezing. I said, what do you mean? No, doctor, I have had some out of body experiences. I said, what do you mean? Out of body experience? Huh, doctor, you know what? One day I was walking on the, while I was walking, no, I started feeling that, actually I am not this body. No, yaar, I'm not this body. This everything is me only. This footpath is me. This rock is me. This plant is me. This air is me. This earth is me. Everything is me. Everything is me. And there is nothing different. I am what I am. Everything. There is nothing different over here. There is nothing other than me over here. It is all me. I have understood that life is about knowing this, that all of this is me and there is no two here. Everything is one. This oneness with nature, this oneness with everything, that is what I am experiencing. That is what I am feeling, that I am beyond this body. I have expanded beyond this body. Everything here is inside me. There is nothing outside. Everything is inside. This looks like a very similar to a spiritual experience where you say Advaita. I've become very spiritual, etc. So this is actually seen in this remedy, that is enholonium, which has contraction and expansion of your consciousness. And the contraction in enholonium is that I am become very small. I am just this body. I am nothing in front of this universe. So small, I am nothing. You're not even a speck compared to this universe. The opposite is I am everything. Everything is within me. So, like this, we will learn rare remedies, we will learn unknown aspects of known remedies, and most important thing, I feel you will enjoy Materia Medica. You will learn its beauty of how interesting homeopathy can become. So it was one of those books that really inspired me and made homeopathy very interesting and very intriguing. And I am really thankful to Shankaran sir for writing this book and giving it to our community. And I wish all of you also read this book. And congratulations to sir for completing 25 years of Soul is Silver. So that is what I wanted to share with all of you today. Thank you, everyone.